Good morning, everybody. It's what time it is.
What time?
Get up off that thing, everybody. It's time for butt stuff here on a Sunday morning. Coming at you with some good high energy. Vocals with our man Josh.
Karaoke, baby.
In the masses.
DJ's got that Christian church gospel soul where he just knows when to chime in like, go!
That's right.
That's
Because the law was sad this morning.
wild.
We're gonna pass the basket around. The Lord's watching.
That's right. You better put your dollar.
Did you ever? I feel like when I was a kid, I definitely like the first time the basket passed me, I was like, "Yo, there's just money in here."
My dad never gives me $10.
Yeah, you could like every kid's thought is I could definitely sneak a few dollars out of there and make it seem like I put money in.
You know what I like about what they're doing in church now is that when they send the bucket around, they're like, "You know what? If you need it, you can take some money from the bucket." But like,
Yeah, do that in front of the whole neighborhood.
everybody's like policing it like subconsciously though. You know what I mean? So just like the social pressure of it is that it looks nice to say that, but realistically, nobody can pull off that heist.
Yeah.
Like you could have like a career thief in there trying to pull that thing off, and it just wouldn't, like, you know what I mean? They'd just be like, "Do you need help?" They'd be like, "I'll be over at your house later, man. What do you need help with?" Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. It's a trap.
It's a trap. They don't want you to take it.
But I tried to take it.
I remember where I went briefly. I remember being concerned. I was young too, and I remember seeing all that cash, and then I remember that they announced that they were gonna redo the whole parking lot, and it was already nice. It's like years of baskets just dumped into concrete out on the fucking front of the.
Yeah,
It was just weird. I remember
then
that caused a lot of drama, and I don't remember going much.
Hey, anytime there's a pothole, it's like, hey, the fuck.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
The country's infrastructure should be taking care of this.
Somebody's got to take big God down a peg. You know what I mean?
That's what I've always heard.
I mean, like the industry of big God, not the man
Big
upstairs,
God.
You know?
Yeah, I
Big farm
mean,
and big God.
yeah, those, super churches with pastors that have private jets because they're like, well, we gotta witness to people all around the globe. It's like, but you can't just buy regular like tickets on planes. You have to own your private jet.
I don't know. That's like the oldest. It's the oldest thing in the book. Really, is using God for financial gain.
Yeah,
And like, it's funny to see like the Joel Osteen like bastardization of it, but like I could also see why he gets it, because if you look at it from a sheer entertainment point of view, like it is entertaining. Have you ever listened to a Joel Osteen sermon?
they got electric guitars in that shit, I think.
Bro, it is like, it was really funny because like I was on AM radio or whatever, fucking around or something, and somehow I found a Joel Osteen like broadcast and I was just listening to it like really high, just like driving around, and I was just funny. Dude, it is just like, you are gonna get what you deserve and need, and abundance is gonna come to you. Like, he's like fucking really getting into it, and like I pull up and I'm like listening to it, pumping gas, and this guy pulls up next to me. He's just like, "Is that Joel?" Just like, Joel. And I'm
People
like,
love to pray together, man.
yeah, I don't know. Think of it like it's like Tony Robbins mixed with God, and it's just like it checks some box. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I just picture somebody flipping through the channels looking for like, I don't know, some Credence or some shit, and they end up on Joel, and now they're like, they fucking find him, dude. Now they're, holy shit, this guy's captivating.
Dude,
I was looking for music, but this guy,
there was this
the way
guy,
he did the rosary.
this guy that I worked with
shit.
that like would try and peddle like not peddle but give away. He had like USB drives of Joel Osteen. He'd be like, "Yo, take it. It's a good sermon, man. Like, you gotta listen to it." And this
Like,
is
it's a Grateful Dead tapes, dude.
Yeah, he's traded Joel like Grateful Dead.
11/17/2010.
Yeah, found one.
You want to
He went
hear
nuts, bro.
a funny story about so like you're saying that guy was giving out like USB drives and like trying to like get people into Joel Osteen. I was out at a bar having a few cocktails one night with some friends, and it was one of the girls' birthdays, so we were out celebrating, and there was a guy at the bar that wasn't drinking, that was just handing out like flyers being like, God loves you, like come to church this Sunday. And you could tell that was his way of like witnessing to people the power of the Lord. And then after a few drinks got flowing, one of the girls started making out with one of the other girls, and then the man handing out the God tracts had a look on his face of, Jesus Christ Almighty. Oh my God.
See, I love
Talking about his gaydar.
Like, please, God, deliver me from temptation.
Oh,
Like,
that is
like that was one of the most glorious things he'd ever seen. And he was just like, oh,
yeah, that's like the big it's like kryptonite for a God-fearing, God-loving man. Is seeing lesbians kiss. It's just like the ultimate. It's just like it goes against everything. Like I don't fit in here at all, but something's so right about it.
yeah.
That's like imagine a God-loving, God-fearing man, you know, waking up to Girls Gone Wild infomercial and just being so conflicted.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh God. Please, Lord. And then you gotta flip the channel.
I gotta change the channel, but I don't want to.
Do you remember when you were a kid, like first impressions of God?
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
Let me think.
I mean, scary is definitely a good.
It's pretty scary. Yeah. Well, I remember.
Well, that's like our crate training almost. Like,
yeah.
I mean, when
that's
you
our punishment.
yeah.
Hell.
Like, you know how like that feeling when I'm watching you do shit and you don't do bad shit. Just always.
I mean, the idea of eternal damnation when you first hear like, well, like, because in a child's brain, it's like, okay, he does something bad, so you sinned. Like, okay, well, why is sinning bad? Like, well, then you'll go to hell. Okay, what is hell? It's a place you burn in a fire for eternity. For the rest of you, it never ends, and you'll be tortured for the rest of your life. Like, what?
Bro, your
They're
parents
just like,
choose
well,
that
no,
for you.
it's okay.
So what had happened was, all right, I was going to Sunday school and I had that exact like lightning bolt hit me. Like, oh God, I'm going to hell forever. Like,
Dude,
you know what I
they
mean?
fucking
And I
force
would-
kids to do that shit.
I would just fucking like
Freaking
come
out.
home and like I would be like really worked up and stressed about it and like not sleep and like have nightmares of hell
Yeah.
and shit like that and talk to my parents like I just don't want to go to hell, like all that shit.
You remember that?
Yeah, and then they pulled me from Sunday school. But I also remember like I had a very like douchey presence in the Sunday school too, and like I feel like they made an
I
example.
can't
out of-
imagine that.
Oh, I would just ask too many questions. You know what I mean?
They don't like them.
They don't like them, and so like I feel like anytime you do that, like they have to be like, and you will burn in hell forever. Like that's so.
But they're talking specifically to you.
Yeah, like shit like that. And then I was thinking like it also got to a weird place where anything I did that was bad, I was like, well, it's God's fault. I'm perfect in his eyes, but
Well,
like
the
he
logic
wanted
is
me to
conflicting.
experience like because like basically
God must have wanted this.
I had one of those guys who was just like, yeah, God knows everything you are gonna do and have done and all this shit.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, so if he like he created me, he like I do all this because of him, then that means that it's kind of his fault. Like the only way that I could fathom it and like wrap my brain around it was that like I was like God's like doll, and like he was just like playing some kind of video game or like something with me and
Yeah, that's what
controlling
it make
me.
it feel like.
Predestination.
I was a
that's-
doll and God.
Well, dude,
Doll's
they use
dollhouse.
whatever logic works in that moment. Like you have free will and you got to make right choices or you go to hell. And then the other side of that is that he's always watching and he made you the way you are and you got to be thankful. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's like
Basically,
politics, babe. It's whatever. Yeah.
yeah, that's a big debate within like the church. Is like,
Free will.
are you predestined for heaven or hell before like once the second that you're born?
Financially, as a church, you have to say no so that these people feel like they have to pay when the basket goes around.
No.
Otherwise, they could be like, yeah, God didn't want me to pay because I don't want to.
Well,
God-
but then
I'm not
you're
buying the
like-
parking lot.
Doesn't God demand a percentage? Isn't it like, hey, give 10%?
Yeah,
No.
it's tithing is like
Yeah.
He doesn't use money. He just gives it.
God uses
on earth.
Bitcoin.
Did we all go to like religious first? What was your first like preschool or kindergarten? Was yours a?
St. Pius.
Yeah, me too. I did St. Mary's. You did too, right?
Yeah, I went to Christian school pre-kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade. I went to
That's
the
a
same
whole
school
nother level.
from
I
kindergarten.
think he's
to-
got a badge actually.
Do you all sing well?
Oh yeah.
Birds.
That is one of the things that is wildly advantageous about kids that grew up in that thing is like singing every week is probably something that is like
It's good for your voice.
it's good for your soul, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, man, you
like
should sing.
It really
aside
is.
from God, it's like an outlet.
And then if you decide you want to sing later in life, you can hit notes maybe.
hmm And like the way it's set up in like the school I went to is it's really advantageous for people that are like musically inclined, because then you get into like once you get into high school is they'll make you do like chapel every week, which is like a mini church service. Like within you do it like once
Early
a
in the day.
week. Like it's like one of your built-in periods.
I
So
remember that. Yeah,
you'd go
from
to like
first grade. We had that.
like whatever. So once you get to high school, there would be the worship portion where you'd have to sing your songs and everything.
Did you get to pick your song?
Well, you could join the team that was like playing the music, and then you could, you buy a little band called
religion.
ACDC.
Like what would
Living
Jim came through on the horn. He was like, "Take him down, melt the Vatican." And
easy.
who wore it best, Old Testament God or New Testament God?
Ooh.
I'm not well versed in.
I mean, you gotta say, well, it depends on how you look at it, because I mean, it's got to be New Testament God, because Old Testament God definitely was pretty fire and brimstone about everything. And,
Bob Dylan acoustic versus Bob Dylan electric. Right?
exactly, yes, very true. Everyone thought that he
We
was
love the
selling out.
classics.
He was evil.
But what's the deal? We all agree on the Old Testament.
No.
Well, that's the thing is if you like the
It's the only one for sure.
the very vitriolic
right.
God that's going to punish people
I
in
like to
just
think-
awesome way.
All the religions, all right, the Illuminati, if you will, of religion, and they were like, "Hey, listen, we all got some good points, all right. Let's divide up and split this thing, 33, 33,
We can all make money.
33." And
Mhm.
like the Vatican was like, "No, we need 40." And then they split it up, and then like everybody was like, "We'll agree on it." I don't know. It was just like listening to like I have a Muslim friend, and he was explaining like how like he believes like literally. I think the Muslims do it best because they include every religion's sacred texts and prophets, and they're just like, "Yeah, we have those. We believe them." But
Mhm.
like ours like incorporates all that and then puts him on top. So it's like marketing when you look at it. Like that's how
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard it. I was just like, oh, so it's just like how can we appeal to the most people? And it's like anytime you meet somebody of another religion, you say, "Oh, we actually agree on that." But like also check out our ending. Like you know what I mean?
do. Yeah.
Like,
manipulative,
it-
but it's
kind of.
cool.
Think of like
It's
fucking
beautiful.
well, I guess as soon as history starts, the first ever marketing scheme, pyramid thing.
What
that's
was the first pyramid scheme? You think?
God?
Holy shit! It had to be
The
God.
first pyramids.
Dude, okay, so there's this
Probably
book-
actually the pyramids.
Wow,
Ooh.
bro. Yo, bro. Damn.
but I don't know. It is I forgot. Damn, I had a good thought, but that just blew my
Me
mind.
too. I can't think.
No, I can't think. Oh yeah. So when I started selling cars, like I had this this guy who was just like the most religious guy you'd ever meet. Like he would pull me to church and stuff like that. Be like, "Oh, you got to check it out." But he like before I knew that he was like crazy into religion, he gave me a book and it was called The Greatest Salesman in the World. And then basically you read this whole book and it's about this guy selling shit in like Damascus and like, like basically like just like some dude who's like it kind of he's got like loans out and shit like that and all this guy he just gains a following of people who want to learn how he's selling shit so well. And then basically he turns into Jesus or something. or it's like an allegory for Jesus where like it's just a man who like acquired a following and sold people on his idea of like shit, like you know what I mean?
Mhm. You know what that guy's
And I'm-
name was?
M. Night Shyamalan?
Jesus.
They M. Night Shyamalan made him the greatest salesman in the world, and they're like, guess what? It's God.
What a twist.
Boom.
So dumb.
I don't know. It was like an interesting read because like
Try and like trick you into basically what
choose edition.
kind of. They used to have these ones that would they're like 3-page things that would just be like, are you lost? Are you searching for something more? Like find God.
Shackled by lust.
But you pretty much, yeah. But they would make the cover of them look like a crumpled up dollar bill. So they'd just throw it on the ground. So you'd be like, oh, there's a dollar. And then go to pick it up and be like, this isn't a dollar. This is a little book that says follow God. Rip me off.
Yeah.
Greedy motherfucker picking up dollars off the ground. Come
Could
to
use
God.
that to tithe 10%.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, I have that awesome little Happy Halloween thing about the devil. Somebody left on my cards.
yeah.
Honestly, some of the language in it is hilarious. It makes me very happy.
Yeah.
The devil hates you, but it's like all in this like warmly phrased thing.
For real though, he does.
Well, it's like, dude, why does he want me so bad then?
if
That's a good
God loves
point.
you guys so much, why do you have to?
I'm more of a warmer climate guy, but
Yeah, a lot of the satanic panic stuff is just like ridiculous in like the 90s of how like they blamed everything on Satan basically.
It's so weird.
You're just like, yeah, all these people are like, there's 150 people that get murdered every day by people who are Satanists making sacrifices. And you're like, well, that means there's thousands of bodies that are going unaccounted for everywhere that are being like sacrificed on altars and burned like everywhere that we just don't see these bodies.
We don't see him.
This shit doesn't happen.
It doesn't really happen.
Jim said,
Not much.
I seen this church in Arizona that was built in the 1600s, and it blew my mind that some Lewis and Clark traveler thought he'd be bringing Jesus out west, only to find a church had already been there.
Yeah, exactly. This is already here.
Dude, imagine like the turf
Yeah,
wars that like churches would get into back in the day because there was only like so much money that you could get out of
Oh,
like
yeah.
a municipality or like a little village. So like you'd have to basically just like you'd have competing like products. And then
Mhm.
If
it's
that's
just,
still
like,
the case, that's kind of funny.
it's like, dude, honestly, idea for a movie. All right, early churches just having
Competing.
just compete, just like
Yeah,
Danny
I was
McBride and
gonna
Jack
say.
Black's churches.
Isn't that like basically the concept of
Well, he runs the church.
No,
righteous
oh, yeah, yeah.
gemstones?
No, but I guess in the past.
Yeah, I mean that's a great idea.
Because, like, yeah. Well, see, yeah. Damn it.
Filming in the desert with Alec Baldwin.
No.
That's how
Too
the
soon,
direction. I
bro.
feel like that's what that was about. Have you seen those pictures? It looked like an old church with nothing around it, like what
Mhm.
Jim described it.
Jim said, didn't God make Satan?
Bro, honestly, that's good logic. And also,
I mean-
Satan's like constantly beating God at every turn, but we're like worshiping God because we're scared and he's the stronger one. But like,
Satan was originally an angel
I get
That's
it.
right, he
that,
fell.
that betrayed God, and then he cast him into
right.
hell.
Lucifer.
Now
There's
he's been
this-
pissed for eternity.
There's this comic, you guys should check him out, local guy, Dave Britton, who says that he thinks that God and Satan are just ex-lovers.
That's a
just
funny
trying to piss
concept.
each other off and take custody. I don't know. I feel like it's probably been done, but that is like, I don't know. It's interesting to think
Is
about.
God non-binary or T? T.
It's non-binary, probably.
You
Well-
never hear about his penis.
Well, come on.
You don't.
You ever see
I've
Dogma?
never heard anyone. No. Oh, actually, I have.
God
I-
is,
I-
uh,
I've
Mary
never
up
seen
from
it.
the heavens,
Only on
bro.
television, though.
God is Alanis Morissette.
I remember that. I feel like I would always end up in the middle of that when I'd flip through. It'd be on Comedy Central all the time, and I wouldn't ever watch it because it'd be.
That's another thing is they definitely programmed God being a man into our heads from day
Yeah,
one.
they do.
It's he
Well,
this,
they
he
use
that.
he. Also, that's cringy when you're reading some shit about God and they capitalize he.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on, dude, it's not impressive.
I remember actually
You didn't
either
spell your
somebody
right.
asking that question, like, "Hey, isn't he not supposed to be capitalized in the middle of the sentence?"
Well, it's God.
Come on, he's watching. We can't fucking lowercase him.
He's a dick, dude. in that case, because to have to uppercase it,
I used to have. There's this kid.
capitalize it.
There's this kid. Whose mom really loved God, and when he would act up, she would shake him. Be like, no, what?
Just kidding.
Did that happen to you?
No.
I'm sure you
I
knew.
told you that.
I'm sure you knew people.
I mean, I don't know anybody who ever got shaken, but probably knew some people that had some stuff close to that.
Honestly, in that case, you're more shaking the devil into them because they're
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
have to unpack that shit
They're
later.
gonna beat the shit out of their
Because of the brain damage.
family.
well, you can't unpack that. That's forever. But I'm talking about like when like you're sitting on like a comfy armchair and you're just like, yeah, that was really weird. Actually, she used to shake me and say, "Devil, get out."
Yeah.
You know, like fuck, man. Damn.
devil.
Yeah.
No.
What is it?
Lived?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I guess I never thought about that before.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Be like, oh, you don't worship the devil?
That's lazy
You
writing.
lived, man.
What's God backwards? Dog.
Dog.
Honestly, what would you rather?
The
The
dog lived.
The devil god.
you guys ever hear the one about the you guys ever hear the one about the dyslexic insomniac atheist who stayed up all night wondering if there really was a dog?
No.
Oh. That's so dumb.
Appropriate response. No. That was a good one. So what'd you guys do this weekend? You guys have any
This past weekend, or
yeah, do anything good? Past couple
Um,
days?
there's a gig at Lionheart.
How'd that go?
Okay.
Did you kill it?
I did not perform. It was more like it was something that I just put on. You know, I don't know. It's one of those weird things when you put something like that together. You don't want to make it be that guy who's like, but it's my party, and like go
Yeah.
up there and be like,
I'm
so
the
I get,
host.
so make me
I'm
look
the
good.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know.
Did you say anything? Did you thank people? That's always like selfish. Like,
No.
man, we didn't come for you.
You're welcome, everybody.
Thank you all for coming for me. I appreciate it.
I try to seat people like a fucking usher.
That's cool.
There you go.
That's humility, bro.
Well, because it's mad distracting if there's people who are trying to like peep in past this little curtain thing, and it's just like they just
They
stand
wanna
there
know,
and
it's
they
like
stop
awkward.
other people from coming in, and it's just like just have a seat
Where do they host it at Lionheart?
in the back room.
In the comedic sounds of the back room of Lionheart.
Jim said, "I feel like the older I get, the more I want to make a religion." Isn't that what we're doing here with butt stuff? Like that's what I thought we were doing.
Yeah, there
It'd
you
be
go.
fun. It could be fun.
The butt stuff religion.
Butt stuff
Everyone make sure
NFT
you,
is coming soon.
Yeah, make sure you tithe your 10%
What is the central ethos?
podcast.
Yeah.
We gotta get paid here. We're
We gotta start running ads. There's an
do.
anchor one, but it's like a
Choose your
slap in
ad.
the wrist.
yeah.
Or no, slap in the face. Excuse me,
Mhm.
slap in the
Another
wrist.
one.
Minuscule punishment. But no, like it's like you could get like 20 cents or something like that per like 1,000 plays, and it's just like that's not even worth it for me to advertise your shit. That's just like you
Embarrassing.
pimping.
Yeah.
What exactly did the devil do to betray God? Jim asks.
What was it? I can't remember.
Damn, dude,
specifically
Religion
offhand.
Jeopardy. Did you guys
It's
play that?
I believe he was on a run for
Mayor?
I think he
I
wanted
knew
the
you were gonna
power.
say that. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, he was running for mayor of heaven. And God was like, I mean, I'm God. I don't think we really need the whole hierarchy of
I got
mayor.
it covered.
You can assist me.
Mhm.
I'm everywhere.
He's like, fine, I'm going to be the mayor of hell. He's like, you could have been the god of hell. Shit. But I believe he wanted the power.
I want the power.
Of what?
God was like, no, man, I'm God. I
Dude.
created all this.
He wanted all the power. So it was like
I think I'm not 100.
Why
tried
did
to-
God make him want all the power?
They tried to Guy Fawkes this thing, or
Yeah, I believe so. That's why when the devil's always
God.
portrayed, he looks like he has the mask on. Is the
I thought he always has like a.
horns.
That's a mask. I thought it was just his face with the little mustache. He got the big nose. I think
you know what?
Yeah,
You know what
probably
I've
just
I've
the
thought
horns.
about though. If Satan enjoys his job, then it's really like the best thing ever. Like like they make it sound like he kind of enjoys tempting you and having your damnation. Like, and
Yeah.
that's the ultimate punishment. Like, that's the worst guy, and you give him a job.
Yeah, everybody thinks
Well,
they
they're-
want the job until they get work.
Yeah, there's a lot of gnashing of teeth.
Yeah,
You don't want that.
But I feel like they must have given him a pretty sophisticated system with which to do this. If he can do it to everybody,
How do you just? Yeah, how does he just do it?
I think he has a very good computer training system. When you go to hell, you got to
Their
watch
new,
all the orientation videos first off the bat.
I think it's actually
Welcome to
exactly
hell.
It's exactly like the Santa Claus, where he just has a sophisticated computer that's just like, oh, Billy's naughty. Just like,
Now, the movie where a guy is just becoming the devil and he's growing the horns every
Work
day
out
and
the
he's trying to
bugs.
shave them down with a file and can't get them. They just grow back. The skin's turning red.
Santa Claus for the Satan Claus,
Yeah.
dude.
He has to wear the
This thing's coming together.
he has to wear the cape every day. He opens his wardrobe and it's just all capes with pitchforks.
He's a skilled programmer.
Exactly.
He's got a nice blockchain he's working on.
But that's the whole like gimmick is he actually still just works in his cubicle job. Everyone has to be like, dude, you're not abiding by the dress
He
code.
can't-
Like,
he
yeah,
came
I
up-
know.
Came up with
Alphabet?
Like the devil
cryptocurrency.
now.
What devil now?
dude. Oh my god, $1 million idea. God's cryptocurrency. Oh my god, guys, we're gonna be fucking rich.
God, crypto. Bro, how
That's a
can
good
we
one.
intertwine religion and crypto?
This
Probably already been
podcast,
done.
this podcast, we
It's
can
probably
do
been
it.
done, dude. Honestly, we shouldn't even do anything.
We could,
How the
we
fuck
could
did
do
they
it
build
through
those
this-
microprocessors? I'm hung up on that. Once I heard they did that, I was like, I'm not going to contribute in this universe
What
ever.
microprocessor?
10 million times stronger than the current ones, the quantum. We're not out there doing shit, is what I'm trying to say, bro.
the Watson computer? Beat Ken Jennings on Jeopardy?
10 billion decisions in an instant.
Yeah.
Imagine
It
like
beat Ken Jennings.
if you're design that, you're evil. Like, you know what I mean? That is akin to me to Einstein helping with the A bomb. You know,
At the very least, you're a
So
nerd.
evil.
dude, the people right now working on the AI that's gonna fucking overthrow us, bro. Like,
Those fucking dogs with guns on them.
Yeah. Boston Dynamics.
That's what it's gonna be. It's not. You think it's gonna be like some fucking iRobot shit, but no, it's gonna be like a
I
dumb
thought you
looking
were-
Lego dog.
you know what's funny? First
Bastard.
way I heard that the dogs with guns on them, I was thinking about like those poor like scientists that just have guns pointed at them by our like governments to like make the dogs with guns on them.
Oh yeah.
Those poor
That's funny,
guys,
too.
because like Einstein was just a dog with a gun on him. Dude, same thing. Like the patent rabbit hole. I feel like we talked about it on here before, but like I went down recently. It's fucking intense. Like he had like 10 patents that like the government was like, "Yo, we just take these and nobody else sees these, and we just gotta get rid of them." He had one of
I'm
them.
missing a call. I'm sorry.
Guy
Okay.
invented Godcoin.
He did.
Yeah. Tesla. He's the first one.
Really?
You're late to the game.
Dude.
Just kidding.
Godcoin could be the biggest thing ever. If you think about it, like this is what's gonna,
Godcoin.
Yeah.
dude. Like all it needs to do is just somebody see it and just be like, "Oh my god, these guys are brilliant," and then they're gonna buy all the Godcoin for
Dude.
like fractions of a cent, and then it's gonna hit Wall Street bets, and then we're gonna be printing money, bro.
And then at one point, one of our best employees like gets pissed off and branches off and makes Devil Coin.
Dude.
That'd be good, dude.
And then it blows, dude. It's a pump and dump.
And everybody's so tempted, and it's just bad.
Did you see what happened with Squid Game coin?
Yeah.
Okay, so dude, there's
Oh,
this,
that little
I'm
thing.
gonna pull up this clip. There's this guy who's like, he's live streaming some stupid. It's like a cryptocurrency chart for Squid Game coin, and he in real time he watches it hit zero and it's fucking bananas.
Really? Hilarious. Yeah, I saw that the Squid Game coin was so are you familiar with what the white pages are? It's
No.
the so each crypto has like a it's called a white page and like explains how the coin works and what it is. So like no one ever reads those or knows what to do. And I guess it's pretty obvious that Squid Game coin was
Scam.
pretty much a scam.
Well, that's what I want Devil Coin to be. I want God Coin to be like Bitcoin, and then I want like an evil subsection scam coin to just pop off and rob everybody's money.
Hey,
And
they say
it's like right under your nose. Like, dude, this could be a good movie actually. Dude, it'll be a fucking movie. Some guy creates God Coin, and then like they're like, all right, hey, we're gonna do Devil Coin and try and trap all these people making like trying to like the profits at first they're like fucking 10. It's like the most profitable thing that ever happened. It's just multiplying endlessly until everybody like starts like selling off, and then like fucking just scam, dude. Everything drops to zero, and then Devil just takes all your money and rolls.
Yeah, I think the what was it with
Twilight Zone
the
episode.
Squid Game coin? Was it? There's one. I think it might have been the Squid Game coin where it said like once it gets to a certain point you can't sell it or something like that. So it could be worth all this money, but you just can't sell. So it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have all this money that is worth nothing. That is actually nothing. Yeah, crypto.
Would you ever? Are you invested? You holding coins, bro?
I got some coins. I got a portfolio.
Are you on like Crypto Pro or something?
I'm on that Coinbase game. Made a turned profit off some Shiba Inu coin.
Really?
Yeah, the Dogecoin alternative.
Damn it! I can't find this fucking thing. It was hilarious. He like watches it hit zero. He's just like 4-7 trillion, something like that, and then he goes, "What zero?" It's like freaking out, and it's just like, dude,
That's funny.
like imagine throwing like $8,000 at some random thing that just pops up, and you're thinking like, this is sure money. It's fucking taken off, and it just goes to zero, and everything's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Just in an instant. I mean, that's the whole thing. That can happen. Crypto is very volatile.
The most.
Goes up, goes down.
I don't know.
Stocks, bonds.
I don't have the
finance.
I gotta get into it. I gotta start like reading more, but I don't have the brain right now.
It's future.
It's definitely the future. But I do like something like stocks. I can see. I know this company is gonna be around. I know this that like basically the only thing that you know for sure is gonna be around and not gonna be like crazy volatile or Bitcoin and Ethereum. But like I would put money that those are just gonna go the distance forever. You know what I mean? That's like the Apple and fucking Windows of like Bitcoin.
Those are probably the best ones.
Or excuse me,
cryptos. So I have a friend that's heavily into cryptocurrencies, and he was explaining to me how it worked and how NFTs work specifically. And he was saying that basically like you can have your own like currency traded within an NFT, and that kind of like opened my mind to the whole thing. And I was there.
But somebody's got to do the actual legwork and coding and shit like that to come up with your NFT, right? Or your NFT currency. I'm
not exactly sure how that works, but I just got a very rudimentary understanding. And my girlfriend at the time was she'd never like known what an NFT was. So I took a napkin and wrote this really complicated like flow chart of like, all right, the banks have $3 signs.
Dude.
It's exactly what it was. It's like banks have $3 signs. Well, the person only has one, and then you convert the cash to Bitcoin over to NFT into your own, and then it's this like really complicated thing where I was just like, we ended up just leaving it. We're like, we're gonna change this waiter's life right now. So we left the flow chart for the waiter to like come back and get it at the end of the night, so he could figure out how it all worked and
just leaving a trail of breadcrumbs,
blow his own mind. Yeah. Meanwhile, I just picked it up. Was like, what the fuck is this?
It was really funny. I had one of those things where like I picked up a piece of litter, and it was just like the Bitcoin price and the like that.
Mhm.
And I remember picking up and being like, "Is this like God? Am I supposed to buy these? Like, it's late. They're already really expensive." You know, I don't know. I've also like, you ever been like really high and thought that like, excuse me, we're not really high, but really susceptible to. Like, I remember like I overheard somebody say like Black 17 once when I was in a casino, and I was just like, "That's just the number that I need to play on the roulette." Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I thought that it was like a whisper from God.
And then you put all your money on it,
Yeah.
and then you lost it, or did you win?
No. I didn't put any money on it. I fucking forgot.
I forgot. It's a sign from God, but I forgot.
I'm so upset. The thing, my phone went to 20% battery power. And
Ooh.
I had to restart the thing. It's all good. Amelia fucking messaged in on YouTube and let us know. Thank you, Amelia. Big ups.
Yes, thank you. That's
Huge help.
that's very much a big help.
I'm talking
You know,
about
sometimes, yeah, talking about the banks have and how many dollar signs the people have.
Dude, it is one of those things where like I feel like I gotta get into cryptos like tomorrow, just because I don't want to be like when the fucking ship takes off. And
Yeah.
everybody's getting on, you know, the Titanic. I mean, a different ship.
Getting
the
on
Mayflower.
the HMS Pinafore.
Okay, so I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about like, did you see how Elon Musk got like targeted by the UN or whatever? They were like, Elon Musk could solve world hunger with 2% like that, 6% of his wealth, and then he like just tweeted it back and was just like, show me how to fucking do that, and I'll sell the stock right now. You show me how I'm gonna solve world hunger with $2 billion, and like fucking. Like, I don't know, just like, even if he doesn't do it, I'm just like, it's a boss play, because he's just like, he's just like, yeah, I don't take $2 billion if you can solve world hunger. Just show me the fucking accounting behind it.
Yeah.
And then like she was like going off on how like he's a piece of shit, and like trying to fly to Mars is like, and save the world is like people. And I was just like, well, it's like exactly like coming to the new world back in like fucking Columbus times, Like, all right, you have this opportunity. We don't really know what's over there. There's some natives. We could run into issues.
Right.
You're not gonna have shit set up, and you're kind of trapped there forever. Like, we're not gonna bring you back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly like that. We're like, it's a good opportunity for like middle class, lower class people to have a leg up in space. Like, if you're fucking, it's exactly the same thing. Like, if you're bummed here and you got nothing going on, and they're like, hey, we're doing an experimental colony on Mars. You could be the first if it works out and you start like a family there or whatever, but we don't have the technology to get you back. It's the exact same thing. So like the people who came over on the Mayflower, like that's akin to like when you say that, you're like, okay, that means they've been here for a while. They're fucking colonized. And like, you know what I mean? They have like kind of a leg up as far as being in America the earliest, right? And I think in the future, it could be something like that for Mars. And here's our newest guest on the podcast.
Everyone say hi. Oh no, what's your name? What's our new guest name? Ruth. Everybody say hi to Ruth. What kind of dog is Ruth?
Ruth is a Newfoundland.
A Newfoundland-ish dog. She's very cute. A very good girl.
She just
right,
yawned.
Ruth?
And we got
That's right.
She just woke up.
Also getting
We got Dottie. The dog
Ruth is on
cast
the pod.
going on.
The unwilling older sibling.
So
Senior.
tell us about Ruth, Josh. Are you knew Dave Bird?
I'm a new educated out of my anus. She's beautiful. She's prettier than anybody I ever met. She's a handful, you might say. And I've been tired. But she's also really good. For example, I've been trying to teach her to stay, and just now out back when she peed, she stayed 4 times.
Wow, good. That's a lot
stayed.
for a new dog.
Yeah, we're both learning about each other. I'm realizing there's times that she listens better and that she's more willing to learn. She's really smart. She learns very fast.
Who doesn't?
Did you-
That's
I don't know
what
if she
say.
does, but she may. So I'm gonna figure that out.
I mean, how do you know what food is when you're a new being on the earth?
Don't. You just exist and
Like-
shit gets shoved into your mouth, and at
I
some
could
point
eat this.
you don't even like it all at first, dude. Most people, I don't. Did you like shrimp your first? Did you like your first
Yeah.
shrimp? You're
I w-
fucking weird, dude.
I
You
was-
always have been like that, bro.
I was one of those kids who was just like such a fat little shit that I'd be like, food,
And
and
then you
just
can-
eat it and be like, that's good. Like, I was like, the
shrimp is
least-
good. You're right.
I had stuffed artichokes
That's good, though.
once, and that was like the one food that I was just like, this straight up tastes like throw up. And I felt bad because it was like stuffed
Maybe they were
artichokes
poorly
my mom made.
Oh yeah,
Not poorly, man. You just
Yeah.
you gotta have acquired taste.
Yeah.
Can't like everything.
Well, no,
Josh, what was one food that you were averse to when you were a child?
I hated plain tomatoes. My dad
Yeah.
would just eat them with salt on them, and I'd want to do it, and I'd take bites to be like him or whatever. I thought you get big fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking gross, dude. Drinking beer kind of semi-regularly, and I always thought that's how you got like huge. Jacked. I remember I stole a sip of beer, thought I was like, bro, fucking
This is how you
jacked.
do it. And you
No,
choke
It made
down.
sense. It was a wrong association.
you remember your first beer?
Remember my first sip?
Was that
It
it?
was at a birthday party at a firehouse for a firefighter's kid. And my dad was like, here, son. I was probably like 6.
Dude, I remember being my first.
That
like,
sounds so bad, but it was a sip.
Hey, everyone has their own.
Yeah.
Everyone has a sip when they're young.
I remember being at like a political party, and there was like a tap, and I went up and I like had a cup, and like I just went and like did one of those.
Hell
and I
yeah,
saw
dude.
other people doing it, and like I went and like walked back to like my mom and like family with it, and like my mom was just like, "The hell, you know you're not supposed to be doing that." And I go, "Yeah," and then I took a little sip, and then she's like, took it out of me. I don't know. That's like the story that I've been told. Like I remember like pieces of it, but I like that. And like if you see your parents do something, you just want to do it. Like my
Yeah,
mom
true.
smoked cigarettes. I would always try and grab cigarettes and pretend to
Mhm.
smoke cigarettes.
Did you guys ever have this scenario where in my basement there was an old refrigerator that I think it was plugged in most of the time, but it always smelled very funny because it was very old. And I think there was about 3 bottles of Bartles and James or some sort of like wine cooler mixed drink that I was always like, they were probably in there for, I don't know, 10 years, something like that. And I would always go in and be like, one of these days, I'm going to drink one of those. And I don't know, I probably tried one once and was just like, this is the worst thing that I've ever tasted.
Dude, okay.
Gross.
I remember like being a teenager and we were at my friend's house and he had like this case of beer in the garage, his parents' garage. And we both like stole one and we were like went out into the woods and we're like, we're gonna drink these beers, you know what I mean? Thinking that we were being badass rugged dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Both like just sipping them like, I think it's bad because it's been in the garage and like, just like doing that thing where you like force beers down to look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
And then like from there, it's just like, okay, yeah, we drink beers now. And then it's just like whoever can steal beers. And like, we just like, I don't know.
4 dudes hanging out, steal beers from your dad.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
got to
love
start
that.
somewhere.
You do.
Honestly, I probably had the same thing where I had like a sip when I was like a kid, but ever actually drinking a beer, I don't think I was probably 20 years old the first time I drank a full beer. I
That's
think
pious.
I was pretty
St. Pius.
late in my pretty late in my career when I first tried. I got drunk. I tried beer one time and then I got drunk one time before I was 21. It was all bets were off
Yep.
once I turned 21.
Can't hold
but-
me back. The law can't even legally hold me back now.
Exactly. I was at a friend's house and he was like, we were going to a fire. Yeah, I'm gonna pour myself a drink with this like 100 proof rum, and he poured it pretty stiff. It was like pretty much
Whoa.
like half of like a 20-ounce bottle of like 100 proof rum.
That shit's gnarly.
And then he was like, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do it, man." And I was like, "I'll do it." So then into his pool, like late at night with his parents, like sleeping upstairs, and like I think I was like, I'm gonna text every girl in my phone.
Oh, dude, we all did that, right?
I never did that
Yeah.
shit.
All right, Josh was too cool to do that, but like
No,
one of the
I
first
just-
times,
never came up. Text all the girls on my phone drunk.
I was just like, hey,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
the ones
first
that
time I
got
was
back
drinking.
you talked to. I don't know. Like
It's
it
like,
was just like
why are you
the
texting
girls that
me
you
at
have crushes
3 a.m.?
on. You know what I mean?
yeah,
that
I
you
get
talk to.
No, I get it.
There was times when like that was like I don't know. Everybody has like Mark Wiesenfelder. I feel like. Oh,
You mean Mark
shit.
Blankenfelder?
Mark Blankenfelder. I'm glad that was off the mic. Basically, like I just remember getting drunk in a parking lot. It's like
It's so fucking.
he was like, "Let's call Jen."
That's so silly, dude. It's
girls would
purely
do it
silly.
to you though too. That's the thing. Like
I
it
know.
wasn't like a
Your
one-way
inhibitions
thing.
are gone. If truly nobody had inhibitions, they'd call each other, man. It's crazy.
Dude, that used to be like that was like when AIM was dying out. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
That was just like you had to do that. Or like some kids didn't even have like text message phones or like you know
Yeah, I didn't.
if you were
Oh,
drunk.
I remember I'd pretend I'd prank people. And I know I didn't have texting, but we'd pick random numbers and I'd send fucked up messages and just hit send because it would look like it sent, and everybody on the bus would think I sent a crazy message to a random person.
Yeah.
They're like, "We'll see what they say," and then it's like, "Oh, I gotta get off the bus." They didn't answer.
Or did you ever do the
I didn't
like
have texting.
in the early days of texting? You text someone like 3 times, then you'd be like, "Dude, I don't have texting. This cost me
Stop.
30 cents."
Stop.
Yeah.
It should. That's fucked up. That happened to me too. In
Yeah.
the beginning, I would be like,
It's like,
"All right,
watch
I get
this,
500
guys.
texts."
Yeah, exactly.
That is fucked up. They should have never done that to kids.
I need this.
I had to send long texts and like preempt what they might say in a short text.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
That's why I say too much now.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like off to the races. Now people send 8 texts at a time. Just be like, yeah,
Dude, that's
I
a
can
good
do
point.
whatever I want now.
I text like 2,000
Wild
texts this month.
West. Yeah.
Bro. Ed, did you ever have limited texting?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, some kids were lucky.
Okay, dude, I remember waiting to talk to people till after 9 so that it would be free.
I remember
Yeah.
my plan didn't even have that, and I'd be like, wow, everybody else like out there like
Having sexy time.
leash the dogs,
No.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone would be like, I haven't talked to you all week. Be like, yeah, I got unlimited nights and weekends, so it's pretty cool. You'd be like, yeah, you know,
I got emergency texts left.
exactly. And
Dude,
then Monday hits. It's not a night and weekend.
there's
It's during the day on a business day.
They should have done it like the way where like if you receive a call from prison with text messages, if you have limited ones, be like, yeah,
Yeah.
this guy is trying to send you messages. Do you want to accept?
Yeah.
No.
You were receiving a text message from Josh.
Like it can't be that.
Do you
important.
accept? Decline.
Save yourself one text.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be 10 cents out of my pocket.
Yeah, right, Josh.
And then you'd just be texting the word fuck. This thing that doesn't make any sense. What's going on?
not much. From like that era, what was like AIM was still a thing though, right? Like, because I remember you'd have to either catch somebody on AIM or like they'd have to wait until 9.
away
or something.
message. If they were lucky, their shit could stay logged in.
Yeah.
Mine slowed my phone down, so I couldn't keep the internet on like that.
Mhm.
And so I couldn't leave away messages up. I had to just like, I'm pretty sure that's how that was. Like, right, you're not even like your shit has to kind of vaguely be on. Do you
I think
remember that?
so, yeah.
It was
You have to
so
be
if you
logged
had
in
if you
still.
fully logged it off and turned the internet off, then like your shit didn't even have an away message. So I couldn't do that because at least briefly.
Exactly.
People got to know the status, you know.
Exactly. They got to check your profile to see what's going on.
Dude,
And it's just a mad initials of random people you're hanging.
yeah, it was
With some
just
sort-
JWC.
Yeah.
chilling with the boys.
Eight different inside jokes that don't make sense to anybody.
Except the people hanging there.
Dude, one of my friends, like I remember being
I get
10, and do you remember like your most vulgar friend just like popping off on the AIM status things, the AIM
Oh, yeah.
away
Oh, yeah.
messages? Like I had this one friend who was like currently masturbating. Please leave a message after the moan.
So dumb.
Dude, that was like we were 10, and like, oh my gosh, we're breaking new ground with this one. You know what I mean? Like
I
just
remember
thinking it was
saying-
crazy.
Something to I guess I won't say who, but I messaged somebody and it wasn't that fucked up. I didn't say any like super crazy thing, but it was definitely like, I don't even know. It was probably vaguely like a swear word or something. His mom answered and was like, yeah, this, and I thought he was pranking me. And I was like, really? No way. Like, I don't know. And it really was.
Yeah, I had
Like, yeah, he's not on right now. I was like, what
That's
the
funny.
fuck? It was weird. My mom would have done that if she could too.
I had a friend that logged on to another friend's AIM account and put their away message as waxing it softly to hardcore porn. And then like one of the girls in my class was like, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm never talking to you again.
That's fucked up, dude. She's brainwashed.
And then we all left.
Dude, there were like those super intense like overparenters that would just log into their kids' shit
Oh, yeah.
and just like talk to people.
I've seen it.
We've
Yeah, I
talked
felt
about
like
it.
I was being like sleuthed.
Dude,
Dude,
I
trying
got-
to get it out of me. I was like, I'm just all I do is swear, lady. It's not that bad. I say swear words.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
to police here. We're not like conspiring.
Dude, it was so funny. There was this one girl whose mom was the lunch lady, so like I knew like the girl, her like all that shit, and I had something up like it was something super corny like yo, just looking for my sexy green M&M. Something like that.
What the fuck?
Or it was
I
like,
get it though.
Or it was like somebody said,
green
yo,
M&Ms make you
you
horny.
remember how like a girl would be like, yo, put me in your. Did that ever happen to you? Maybe I just got fucking
Your away message.
something like if we were
Nah,
like
nobody made me do it.
I did it once.
Gun to your
I was simping big, bro. I was simping big for this one girl. She had like several dudes doing this. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's like pissing digitally in the cyberspace.
yeah. She had like a gaggle of followers. She was like the greatest salesman in the world, dude. Of
Jesus.
Somehow she'd be like, put me in your profile, and you'd be like, we're not even going steady. We haven't even seen a movie or anything like that. Like, you know,
You haven't
Bro.
even given me your class ring yet.
put the date we started talking in there too, and then they'd have like competitions.
Oh yeah, I
with their
remember
friends.
shit like that, dude. Oh, the date we've known each other since.
Yeah, and then put
Nah, I never had to do that. It's like I can't.
bless your heart, bro.
No, it's
You
good. It's
didn't-
kind
you
of fun. Maybe I wasn't engaging enough with
You
the
didn't,
with
you
that
didn't
shit.
cave to the Simps.
Man, I wasn't even.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wouldn't you
That
be
was-
happy to do it in a way? Be like, wow, this girl wants me to put her on.
It was
my
a
digital
rush.
thing.
It was a rush at first when you were asked,
People are
and
gonna
then,
see it.
and then you see like somebody else has her shit in there, and you're like,
The fuck?
I'm not Petrol.
I wonder if they've seen a movie.
They've probably seen a movie.
Nah, bro.
Dude, another funny thing is like seeing where all those people ended up.
Oh, yeah, that
I'm
too.
like, nice. Dodge-
Where are they now?
They're probably like, oh,
Still on AIM.
I wonder if they have flashbacks of like making kids do that shit on AIM. You know,
I wonder what that turns
Probably.
into with the modern technology. Like how shitty they are, or how cool they are.
like everybody remembers their first phone sex, right? That's awkward.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you a phone virgin?
I did it too late.
DJ, are you a phone virgin? How's your phone, Jerry? Dude?
is this a
Dude, gotcha.
journalism?
Well, no, I was just from that. I was just like, yeah. The only thing weirder than that was that time that girl was just like, "Are you hurt?" I just like I remember being outside, just like fucking. I feel like I've told this before too. Being outside, just hanging out outside, like and this girl was like, "Let's have phone sex," but I only got service outside, and I didn't want to do it from my home phone, so I was just like in my back patio, like, "Yeah, I'm totally doing that." Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, "This is so hot," like, you know. I lied, dude. I
Not
told
that good. I get it.
Yeah.
You gotta lie.
Your
Start talking.
parents comes out
Yeah.
and you have to
Wow.
run around the
I've
corner
never
of the
done it.
house.
You've never done it?
No,
You're
like
a
that. Or if
virgin?
I have it was like kind of playfully as a. I'm trying to think. It was,
sure
I
you've
think it was
done-
like we were just joking because I was or I was lying too. But I remember being like, "Where is it?" We're just being silly. I've been silly on the phone.
But were they being serious?
I'll never know. Nobody came.
That we know of. No, I'm just kidding.
But texting though. Also that too. I'm not good at. I mean, I've done. And it's just like, bro, that's not natural. Bad for you. I get too silly.
Dude, I get super silly sometimes.
How could you not, dude? It's not a good thing. I'm
Well,
not like the
I was like a
Rico
kid.
Suave sex text.
It would be like weird though because it was something that I like.
Is
As
she being bold?
like if I was like 14, if I was 14, there was this one girl who would just be like, "Yeah, call me up, let's talk," and then like she'd be like saying just sexy, like it's just like a phone sex operator for like high school kids. Is what it
sick.
felt like. Like she was like super into like just saying like shit that would like I never like you know what I mean. That was she just took my phone sex cherry, I guess. That's it. But it was just like not special because she did it with all my friends too. You know, she
Nice.
just- no, it's just like, yo, called so and so up. Like, yeah, wait, I just did that. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? No, I'm sorry, I'm unpacked too much.
Eskimo
up here.
bros,
What do you call it on the phone though? That's like
desert bros.
telegraph bros.
You can't say Eskimo.
I didn't.
I just am correcting myself. I shouldn't have said that
That's okay.
like that. I guess maybe. Can you?
I don't know. Did an Eskimo ever say? Oh fuck.
Stop, dude. I just don't know enough. We shouldn't say shit. Just bros, I guess.
Antarctic Americans.
Inuits?
Alaskan Americans.
Igloo dudes. More
Anyway.
ignorant than worse, dude.
That's way worse.
I don't know what I
That's
meant.
way worse.
I meant
That's
before
like-
the sex thing, just a silly, vague, non-descript thing. Not to describe. I meant that for you,
Oh
for people who share.
no, I don't want any part of that.
But yeah, let's not police ourselves here
Yeah, did you ever build an igloo as a kid?
all the time, dude.
Dude,
Yo, you ever get caved in or know anybody who did and it was like desperate
we used to
panic?
try and cave in people that had them. Like,
That's
did you
fucked
ever,
up. You could die, dude.
Did
My
you
mom was
ever, like-
mad paranoid about that. I always
Did you
knew
ever
that.
like do the plow banks? Like use them?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And those were real dangerous because that's that
Those were
thick,
the-
heavy
literally the
snow, and
most
kids would get
dangerous.
fucked up.
Because people would also plow in the middle of a snowstorm. So if you were
Yeah,
just
that's
out
true.
there and you like you spent all day tunneling into this
Dude,
plow
that's-
bank because that's where all the snow was. You're sitting there waiting to fucking plow.
Fully buried. I know we were shorter back then, but dude, do you remember at least like 15 years ago, whatever, getting crazy high snowfalls? Like your
Yeah.
fucking mailbox would be buried and shit, and like,
Yeah,
and then the plow things would be like double that.
damn climate change.
Goddamn climate change.
Took away
It's
my
hard for us to
snowboard.
gauge because like climate change happened as we were getting.
Yeah, true.
That's a valid point. That is valid.
Is there less rain or am I taller?
There was like think about it, like the last 2 winters, there's been like pretty much only 2 snowstorms. I remember like
They're
back
short.
in the day being like snowed in for like it felt like a weekend, you
Yeah,
know,
dude.
like fucking 4 or 5 days,
I mean,
multiple times sometimes.
Kids
last year there was a massive snowstorm where we got like almost 3 feet.
I'm saying that
Are you denying
That
climate
was-
change?
I'm saying that there was like one good one though. I feel like there used to be like 4 of
Yeah,
those
that's
back
true.
in the day. I remember vividly many snow days.
Yeah.
Where it would just
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, God damn, there's so much snow. And I remember like having this table in the back that would turn into this natural fort.
That's
And I would
awesome.
just like reinforce it and just like, I don't know, just hang out in there, I guess.
Some
Now that
kids
I
had
think
it all.
about It was just a table. It was a picnic table.
Do you ever have any bros you'd go in there with?
No. No, those were the snowbank ones. This
No,
one
we just fuck the same girls.
No. It
I'm
was
just
a
saying,
phone
bro.
call.
I'm making an Eskimo bro joke.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the girl on the phone.
No.
Fucking-
There's 2 ways to be Eskimo bros.
Just like there's the 2 ways to be dogs with guns or whatever. Pointed out.
Oh yeah.
Be dogs with guns.
Have you seen this stuff?
We
You know what I'm
don't.
talking about? Those like AI dogs that can kind of like
Yeah,
walk over any terrain.
and they
And then
fucking-
there was just like some meme sort of headline that was like, "Oh yeah, they arm, they have big gun on top of them."
And then there was immediately
It was inevitable, dude.
there's a Black Mirror like a week came out before that. They were like,
Yeah.
yeah, but we've seen these. We gotta make these.
What do you have for time here? Trying to
Coming up
wrap
on
it
an
up.
hour.
Coffee just kicked in, dude. I'm like nervous.
You're nervous? Don't
My
be
hands are
nervous.
clammy. I guess I'm wearing a jacket.
Well, everybody, thank you for listening. This has been a production of the Butt Stuff Podcast. You can find us on Instagram. Give us a follow there. Give us a
Instagram.
like.
YouTube.
Find links in our bio on Instagram. Give us a shout out. Everyone you know.
We'll see you next week.
You shouldn't have said see it, dude, because like you don't see them.
All right.
Talk at you next week.
Stop telling me.
Bye.
You guys are